Hi, and welcome to Anime with Annie. In this video today, I'll be talking about everything we know about one of the most famous anime series, Rourini Kenshin. But before we get into it, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates from us. Now let's have a closer look. Noboru Wazuski wrote and illustrated Rourini Kenshin, Meiji Swordsman Romantic Story, a Japanese manga series. From April 1994 to September 1999, the manga was serialized in Shushia's weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Viz Media has given the manga, as well as the first light novel and guidebook, a comprehensive North American distribution. In some English translations, Rourini Kenshin is dubbed Wandering Samurai. As of 2019, the Rourini Kenshin manga has sold over 72 million copies, making it one of the most popular manga series. Various newspapers have praised the series for manga, anime, and other media, with both receiving positive feedback on the characters' designs and historical setting. Wazuski started a direct sequel, Rourini Kenshin The Hokotiro Arc in Jump Square in 2017. Plot: Hamura Kenshin explores the countryside of Japan with a reverse blade katana after partaking in the Boshin War as the assassin Hitokori Botasai. As retribution for the killings he committed in the past, he is providing security and assistance to people in need. When he arrives in Tokyo in the 11th year of Meiji, which is 1878, he encounters a young woman named Kamiya Karu, who is fighting a murderer claiming to be the Hitokori Batsai, damaging the reputation of the swordsmanship school she teaches. Kenshin agrees to assist her and defeats the imposter Batsai. Karu offers Kenshin a place to stay at her dojo after revealing that he is the genuine infamous assassin, observing that he is peace-loving and not cold-hearted as his reputation implies. Many people, including Sagara Sonsuke, a former Secret Army member, Maijin Yukio, an orphan from a samurai lineage who is also living with Karu as her pupil, and a doctor named Takani Megumi, who is caught up in the opium trade, welcome Kenshin and begin to forge lifelong ties with him. He does, however, have to contend with a number of new and old foes, notably Shinomori Oshii, the former head of the Orinba Shui. After several months of staying in the dojo, Kenshin encounters a rival from Bakumatsu turned police officer Sadhajime. This challenge provides to be a practice run for his successor, Shisho Makoto, who intends to conquer Japan by toppling the Meiji government, beginning with Kyoto. Kenshin visits Shisho alone to vanquish him because he fears Shisho's faction would attack his buddies. Several of his friends, including a young Oniwabashi named Makimachi Miso, whom he encounters along the way, decide to assist him in his fight. Kenshin recognizes that he needs to strengthen himself in order to kill Shisho without becoming the cold assassin he was in the past. So he returns to Hiko Sajir, the man who taught him Kenjutsu, to acquire the school's ultimate technique. He finally accepts the support of his allies and defeats Shisho in a close battle. Shisho then dies a fiery death after reaching the limit of his anomalous body condition. A reconstituted Shinmori stays in Kyoto with the Oniwabashi who have survived. When Kenshin and his companions return to Tokyo, they are confronted by Yukishiro Inshi, who is plotting vengeance. It is disclosed at this moment that Kenshin was to marry a woman named Yukishiro Tomo during the Bakumatsu. She'd intended to avenge the death of her first fiancé who'd been assassinated by Kenshin, but instead they fell in love and she was proposed to. Tomo was later shown to be related to the Edo guards who intended to kill Kenshin. They managed to outsmart Tomo after spotting her deception and capturing her to use as bait. Kenshin raced to the aid of the victim. Despite being severely injured by the ambushes, Kenshin was able to kill almost all of them and continue on. Then, in the final battle against the group leader, Kenshin mistakenly murders Tomo, who rushes in at the last moment to assist Kenshin in creating opportunity to win the battle. Inishi abducts Karu and leaves behind a corpse doll that bears a striking likeness to her for Kenshin to locate and lament over as retribution for his sister's murder. When Kenshin and his friends discover that Karu is still alive, they set out to find her and save her. Following that, a final battle between Kenshin and Ishii takes place, with the former assassin emerging victorious. Masao gives Enshin Tomo's diary, which he keeps in a village with his missing father. Kenshin marries Karu and has a son, named Hamura Kenshi 4 years later. Kenshin, now at peace with himself, presents Hiko with his reverse blade sword as a ceremonial gift. Sales: Rourini Kenshin is a successful manga series that has sold more than 55 million tankon copies in Japan alone, earning it one of Shueisha's top 10 best-selling manga series. According to reports from 2014, the series has 70 million tankon copies in circulation. The manga has more than 72 million copies in circulation as of December 2019, including digital versions. Volume 27 of the manga was named second in the Viz Bookscan Top 10 in June 2006, while Volumes 21 and 20 were ranked second and 10th in the Viz Top 10 Graphic Novels of 2005, respectively. Volume 24 of Rourini Kenshin was also ranked 116th on USA Today's bestseller list for the week ending February 26, 2006. Rourini Kenshin was ranked first on ICV2's Top 50 Manga Proprietaries in the third quarter of 2003. It was ranked first again in the same survey from 2005, based on sales from English volumes in 2004. It was named 9th in the same site's Top 10 Manga Proprietary list from 2006. Rourini Kenshin was ranked 31st in TV Asahi's Manga Senseiko 2021 survey, in which 150,000 people voted for their top 100 manga series. Masaki Kamishoto chose to try his hand at writing a Chambara manga before becoming an official manga creator, because Weekly Shonen Jump had yet to publish one. During his undergraduate years, Kishimoto began reading Hakurai Samurai's Blade of the Immortal and Rourini Kenshin, both of which utilized the genre. Kishimoto recalls never being surprised by manga after reading Akira and discovering that he couldn't compete with them. Hidaki Sorchi's manga series, Gintama, was a key source of inspiration for Hidaki Sorchi. He also claimed that Rourini Kenshin influenced a slew of other historical manga, claiming that the reason why cultural stories are being dealt with in all kinds of manga and game media today, and why they've been supported by the younger generation, is unquestionably because of Rurokin, and that they are all children of the Rurokin bloodline. Review. This has been one of the most popular series in recent years, and for good reason. With such a weighty idea and tale, one may mistake Rourini Kenshin for Ninja Scroll the TV series, yet that couldn't be further from the truth. Kenshin is a complete moron. Oro, when the action slows down, he frequently transforms into SD, or at the very least, Squidge face form. This appears to be incorrect until you consider the context of the character in the series. Kenshin is reclaiming his youth. He appears to regain a little of himself with each life he rescues or spares. With the energetic female Kuro and their growing group of friends, such as the wild-tempered but trustworthy Sensuke and the plucky pickpocket Yehiko, he is able to live in a rather nice life. Almost all of these individuals, as well as a large number of others, have excellent characterization and a tragic backstory to match. And many of the bad guys are actually would-be heroes who happen to be working for someone else, like Oshi's 4 subordinates. In one episode, you might be pulling for Kenshin to defeat a character, and then in the next, you might be rooting for that same individual. Another plus for this series is the plot, which has been really dang decent for a popular series thus far. Except for a few bouts, it's not epic, but there's no overtly obvious logic loss with no human should ever survive. But this is anime. But the drama and action, which are well placed, are what keep it all together. The background music is reasonably well done, accentuating the mood when necessary and providing a historically accurate vibe. From a Westerner's perspective, the manner of living circa 1860 to 1880 appears well presented, and you wish you knew more about Japanese history after viewing this. And for a TV show, the animation is decent to slightly above average. It's not spectacular, but it's not horrible either. The theme tunes are about the only major issue I have. Apart from the BGM, Rourini Kenshin's music is generally bad. Heart of Sword is enjoyable, but Judy and Mary Soposaku is nearly awful. It's not quite as horrible as, say, Tokyo Babylon, but it's still bad. Later tracks like 4th Avenue Cafe, on the other hand, are rather good. Plus, no matter how useless or visually powerful technique is, it must have a ponderously long name that is ostensibly supposed to represent something great. It's minor, but it quickly becomes ridiculous. Later in the series, the show does occasionally slide into filler, as many shows of this length are prone to do, but Rourini Kenshin remains an entertaining and engaging watch overall. It's a lot of fun and it appeals to both action and shoujo fans, which is surprising. Maybe it's because as strongly character-driven as it is, it reminds me of a 19th century shonen variant of Fujiyu Yugi, with his goals and the constant fight between the truly human Himura Kenshin and his other self, Hitsukatori Basu. Kenshin proves to be one of the most memorable characters of the last several years of TV shows. And that concludes my review of Rourini Kenshin. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Anime with Annie, for more such exciting anime content and reviews. And please leave comments about what you thought of today's video. And remember, have an Annie-mazing day!